Hello and welcome back everybody to Katawa Shoujo. So this time we're trying to get Lilly. By the way, if you are wondering that I didn't upload stuff in the last few days, I was ill and I was at a wrestling show and I had lots of stuff to do and to be honest I wasn't really that motivated. But now I am not sick, I am motivated, and this time I'm still a bit sick though, but at least I'm feeling better. But this time we're really trying to go for Lilly. We do everything to get Lilly. Well, everything reasonable at least. And so this time, you may remember after Go For It, it was all Amy. So this time we're going to take it easy. I let Amy go with her own pace and she doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in instead. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any sort of real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. By the way, if you're wondering, yeah, I sound a bit stranger than usual because I have a cold, only cold, but yeah, sounding strange. But I wanted to do this. I didn't have something better to do, so God, is this even worth it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking from the beginning. As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Amy keeps going, and it almost seems to me that she is disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself either. I'm just fine the way I am. And what I am not is a runner. This was probably a bad idea. Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks anyway. There's got to be some other way to keep healthy. Walking maybe. Nice afternoon walks. See? Now I am one person with Hiso. Finally. Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave to Amy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. Back in my room, the first thing I see is this familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my... Makes me depressed, as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had made my pace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. By the way, if we are encountering some stuff I already did before, I'll probably just click through, and I think I've read something like this, but since I'm not sure, I'll read it anyway. Reflecting on it, it's only going to do so much. I've done this before, for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That is how I'll rationalize it. I down the usual hand of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out to class early, as usual. Yeah, Kenji's story is always a good story. As I step into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the hallway corner, stealthily making his way over to his room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me, soundlessly, like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him. Hey. He jumps at the sound of my voice. Oh hey man, didn't notice you there. I'm really tired. Think it's more like you didn't see me, but that's not an issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping? Nah, wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, it would be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in the advance if you want. So then, what's in the bag? Yeah, did we read this? Are these the books he stole, probably from the library? I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue the fight against the vast feminist conspiracy. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't go outside. I wear a hat now. No, I definitely didn't read that. Yeah, he has a hat now. Of course, nobody will realize it's him then. I decide not to not point out that he is not wearing a hat. Oh yeah, that too. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaking sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find out a test date. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent. I never study. Oh, I just wanted to know when the next test day was. I'm still going to take it, duh. I need to know so I know what day I can't afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on the crap by phone, so I had to step out and check up on it. And why do you have to go out when you can get it on your phone? I don't carry a phone. What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just leave it at home? Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have a phone. Phones. I have no phone. Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone? Yeah, of course he has no phone. Otherwise, the feminist conspiracy dudettes, women will find him. I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressed trauma. Oh, maybe like this. But basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. That's my dark secret. I have two theories in it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, or I was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so badly I can't remember it. Beaten in the head. Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would me make unable to remember it? The ass? Unexpectedly logical. I feel very depressed now. Sensing this conversation is more or less over, Kenji opens his door again and prepares to head inside. Yeah, I'm going to sleep, dude. Have a good one. Class is going to start in likely 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Twen. Best number. Hashtag Twen. I already did something today. Too tired to go to school. Hey, you need some lip balm? I accidentally bought two because I thought the store had started selling individual AA batteries. Oh god. Thanks, but no thanks. Whatever, man. He swiftly enters his lair, finally letting me go to the class. For a change, I'm not among the first ones to come to morning class. Instead, almost everyone else seems to be here already. I recognize most of my class by their faces by now, though the names escape me still. Sorry, really, still sick. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in the class. Muto finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday. Please keep the meaning of this festival in your mind. Games and fried food! Oh no, how did I do Misha's? Games and fried... don't know. I can do the Amy voice because I literally make the Amy voice at every girl. But the Misha voice, I think it's similar but slightly different. Or maybe I just did the same voice, I don't know anymore. Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was more that the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Muto deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in the school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Hiso! I'm going to make you one-time only super extra special lunch offer. What? Give me so much landwork and the privilege of enjoying them in private with two bombshell beauties. The overflirtatious pitch echoes in the hallway, a remarkable feat since it's full of people. Amy strikes a very confident-looking pose, as though as an attempt to one-up her own ridiculousness, puffing her very modest chest and making the V for victory sign with her hand. Yeah, sorry Amy, I already saw your chest and stuff, and this time I'm trying to, getting another chest. Sorry, talking nonsense. Sounds delicious. To what do I owe this honor of being invited? You stood there looking really lost and sad, so I thought you could use some company. That is probably the most depressing reason imaginable. So how about it? You're probably really lonely and would eat I'm kidding. Sure, I'll have you lunch. Now we go to the roof, yeah. Yeah, no, we read that, so let's click through this. Yeah. Yeah, we were walking inside. I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday. All the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. Okay, maybe I've already read this. That's her usual behavior, so maybe it's just, I realize I've seen that before. As I drop the books I'd borrowed into the return slots in the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Ah, sorry Yuko, didn't mean to startle you. No, that's fine, it happens a lot. I'm used to it by now. Can I help you? It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. I suppose I will grab another book while I'm here. There's not much else to do. And after reading so much during my stay, it's become a hard habit to break. No, is this where we scare off Hanako? I wander down to the fiction section through at the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Yeah, I think I've already read that, so he doesn't intrude Hanako. Walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them into my bag as I walk out. Okay. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to the homes or dorms. We need some supplies, okay. No, definitely haven't read that, okay. As I leave for the gate, I make a few loud stretches to try and stave off the tiredness that's accumulated over the week. Oh yes, definitely didn't read that. Alright. Right way. I am so happy. Okay, here we go. After passing through and rounding the corner, though, I see a solitary figure walking downhill towards the small town below. The color of her hair and taping of her cane are unmistakable. Well, Amy's hair looks kinda similar. I'll turn down the volume a little bit. There you go. Hope you can still hear it. If not, I'm sorry. I quickly walk up to her, which seems to catch her attention without a word needing to be said. Hi, Lilly. She takes a moment to place the voice, slightly adjusting her head to face a bit more towards the source of my voice as she does. Hisao? Yep, that's me. She seems to have a good memory for voices, obviously. Still, I mean, I'm more, one person with Hisao, but he's still an idiot. The fact that she actually remembered is a pleasant surprise. Good evening. What brings you here? Once again, she gives me a small, polite bow, and once again, I reply, kind of before realizing that I needn't do so. Just going into town. You? My, what a coincidence. Oh, a lovely coincidence. Doing the same thing, eh? I usually go shopping on Fridays. She pauses for a moment, suddenly looking a little lost. That's sad. Hanako usually comes into town with me. Not lost, but worried. The two seem to keep pretty close tabs on one another, It's kind of surprising that Hanako would just forget Lilly like that. Probably she hasn't. Or maybe she read a book and got lost in the book or something like this. I noticed her reading in the library. She probably just got caught up in a book. She lets out a small sigh of relief. Thank you. She has the habit of doing that. Avid reader? Right. She doesn't like being around crowds of people, so reading away from everyone lets her relax a bit. Relax. Although she probably didn't intend it, I can't help but grimace as I recall myself first meeting with her. Hardly wanting to bring it up, I remain silent as we quietly continue to walk down the quiet road. Tack, 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 tack. With the road bereft of cars and the students of Yamaku increasingly far behind us, the quiet rustling of the leaves, changing positions again. I don't know if you can hear that through the sound, but I'm changing positions any 5 minutes. Yamaku increasingly far behind us, the quiet rustling of the leaves and the measured tapping of Lily's cane against the sidewalk are all that can be heard. It's kind of nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Oh, by the way, just remembering, maybe I should save. Just in case there are, I encounter some decisions and I have to do that again. Took me long enough to click through that shit one time until I found the part with Amy and running. It's kind of nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Already read that well. Before I know it, I've relaxed so much that a loud yawn escapes before I can control it. Tired? Yeah, I've been running rage these past few days. Or wrecked. Probably wrecked, not rage. That's an understatement, to be sure. Transferring into a different school would be bad enough, but nothing like this. Well, hopefully everything should settle down for you. The festival's got everyone in a spin right now, and you've been plopped right in the middle of things. For a moment I hesitate, but given her apparent tolerance for frankness, I decide to give my full thoughts. I guess Yamasu's kind of different though. I mean, the formalities surrounding everything, the isolation around it, not to mention the most obvious difference. It's kind of a whole different mindset. I suppose I'll get used to it, though, in time. She gives a matter-of-fact nod, apparently pleased with my answer. It feels almost as if she has included me in the flock of students she's sheep-herding, along with Class 3-2 and Tanako. Yay! Sheep-herd me, my sheep leader. Okay. I didn't mean that, I don't even know what I mean, but yay for Lilly. Jesus. It's in the middle of the night, I am sick and I'm still playing. Awesome. Well, not that I mind. It's not nice to get the thoughts off my chest in any case. Looking on the bright side, one could see it as a chance for new beginning. You should cherish the ability to make new friends. Oh, we can be much more than friends. You know what I'm saying? That's optimistic. Nonetheless, it's good to have a positive attitude about such things, I suppose. I guess that's a good take on it. Lilly only has good takes on things. She is the best woman that was ever created in a video game. Hands down. Walking on down the road, she seems to become somewhat unsettled. Before I can ask what is on her mind, she seems to collect herself and speaks up about something else. So, where in town were you going? That's actually a pretty good question. I'd come in to buy food, but the layout of the place is still totally foreign to me. I had intended to just wander around and see what I could find, but with sunset already approaching and nightfall not too far away, that doesn't seem very wise. I'm going to ask her for directions. Again. Ooh, I have the feeling does she know the whole city? Probably she's usually led by Hanako, isn't she? I was going just to get some food, but now that you mention it, I don't really know the way. Well, now this is quite lucky. I was just about to go to the convenience store myself. Ah, okay, so she knows. Looks like I'll be in your care again then. Thanks. Together we walk to the store. My pace is carefully slowed to remain beside her. Compared to my usual walking pace, here is quite a bit slower. Not that it's without reason. You're better than running after Amy, really. Yeah, I said I tolerate their relationship. And I'm okay with Amy. I am okay. In the end, I was okay with it. But still, I was so disappointed. After what couldn't be more than several minutes, I catch sight of our objective. This town really is pretty small. Without further ado, we make our way inside with a greeting from the counter. Mind if I take along with you? Usually Hanako would help, but seeing as she's not here... It takes a moment before I realize what she means. Considering she wouldn't be able to read any of the labels, shopping without any help would be a big pain for her. That said, I can't shake the feeling that she would had this idea since I said I was coming here. Well, I think this was just a grammatical error, probably, or some grammatical form I didn't understand. Sure, it would be my pleasure. I grabbed 2 well-used red baskets from the small stack beside the entrance, handing one to Lilly. She lays it on the ground, putting her school bag in, retreating her cane and sliding it through the basket's handles before picking it back up in her right hand. Wait, if she doesn't use her cane... Before I can complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her slender fingers. Is that... Oh, of course, this is alright. Oh my god, this is so alright. Sure. I have no reason not to accept. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding on to me, even if it is out of necessity. Oh well, who cares? We navigate our way through the store, with not one of the occasional passing customers seeming to bat an eyelid. Considering how close Yamaku is, I guess seeing students from there must be entirely normal for the local residents. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lilly and find out what she needs. I grab it along with what I'm looking for, and put our items into their respective baskets. I guess this is the same routine she and Hanako follow every Friday. Right, all that's left is the bread, and that should be my shopping done. Do you need anything else, Lilly? No, this should be everything. Off we go then. With a quick side trip to the bakery section, we make our way to the registers. The line, thankfully, is almost non-existent. It's not long before we've both paid for our food and are out of the door. As Lilly retrieves her cane and extends it to full length, I waste a minute looking upwards at the night sky while holding both our bags. Nice. For a moment I try to make clouds with my breath, but the summer heat doesn't seem to cooperate. Eventually she rights herself, taking a quick stretch before taking her back and leaving me to my 2. Okay, yeah, I get it. You're tired as well? The festival preparations have been complete chaos. Shizune breathing down my neck doesn't exactly help things either. Hey, she's only trying to get everything organized. But now then later, right? I suppose. I'm going to enjoy relaxing in town tomorrow, that's for certain. I guess the festival preparations must be taking their toll on both of them. We walk out into the quiet street, talking between ourselves as we carry our bags of food and supplies from the store. Wait, what's that? I notice a very distinctive figure making its way towards us, silhouetted by the street lamps. For a second I think it's another male student from my class, but as he, or should I say she, gets closer I recognize her quickly. Rin, What are you doing out here so late? Oh, so this is not only probably the Hanako Lilly way, but also the Rin way? Cool. Rin? Does she know Rin? Did I say Rin or Rin? I think I said Rin. Probably. I hope so. If not, then I'm starting now. Lily perks her head, looking like she's trying to focus on listening more keenly. It suddenly comes to me that I should probably interpret the scene for her. It's Rin, Tezuka, I think was the last name, from our school. She stiffens. Oh, okay, what's going on? She stiffens at the name and gives a complicated-looking expression, something like the forced fusion of a composed smile and a painful cringe. Ah, I understand. Oh, Lily has beef with everyone. I guess Lily knows Rin too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure if she recognizes either of us, or at least she doesn't acknowledge it if she does. She looks like a zombie, or a statue of a zombie. But slowly some symptoms of understanding seem to light in her dark eyes. This is something she must react to. Rin blinks once, very thoroughly. Hello. There's an awkward pause, everyone waiting for someone else to say something. What are you doing here this late? I was wondering that myself too, just now. Some people asked that just before. I assumed they were wondering the same. I didn't know. They didn't know either. I asked. That's why I'm wondering. So that was pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without a murder. They were going that way. She turns facing to her right in order to demonstrate the direction the other people went to, as if that was important, then rotates back like a mechanical puppet in one of those overly complicated clockworks. For a person who gives an impersonation of being the quiet type, Rin really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need a lot to be said. Unsure if she is finished, I say nothing. Neither does Lily, who seems equally robbed of words for the time being. I think that both of us are in fact just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't faze Rin at all. She keeps looking at us expectantly, a calm hint of expression on her blank face. She seems to be that kind of person, always so relaxed. As if bull elephant-grade sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood. Well, better than being over, too much. Being always angry and stuff. Do you have amnesia? I don't recall you have anything of the sort, though. No, I don't think it's that. The other passerby were probably just worried, though. You do look really lost, the way you're standing in the middle of the street. Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some other kind of pose in that case. I ponder for a while whether I should chase this anger further or give up for the sake of my own sanity. I decide on the latter. It seems that most of the time it's better to not read too deeply into what Rin is babbling about. Talking with Rin is like playing chess with a supercomputer who does seemingly completely random moves as if to mock everything you know about chess. It's like that, except with human interaction. And even if I win, it feels like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said. Even when I win, I lose. Is this the power of the girls of Yamaku? Yeah, I like this path a lot more. Really, a lot more. Especially because Kenji is getting in his brain in this path. I push the thought aside as too dangerous to consider further. It's probably just Kenji's anti-female propaganda getting to me during a moment of weakness. Yeah, maybe taking another pose might have worked. So anyway, you have no idea what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she is about to give. I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of an idea. That sounds like progress, at least. It sounds as if she spotted an opening for some kind of discernibly normal conversation. I can't say that I share her optimism. Yes, there is some, definitely. The rest will come later. I'm sure of it, I always have reasons. The ensuing silence kills Lily's hopes all too visibly. That didn't last long. Rin's, as far as I can tell, unbased. Assurance aside, what should be done? We could just leave her to her own device, whatever those are. But it's late, and I don't think we'll be getting any thanks if Rin is found standing here in the middle of the night. Which she probably will, unless she managed to remember what she was doing here in the first place. As for me trying to guess what might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure, the chances seem to be on par with winning the lottery. Several times in a row. Lilly is oddly quiet too. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she is more familiar with Rin than I am. Yeah, Lilly is so mysterious. God, I already love this path. Why didn't I go it earlier? But it can't be helped. It seems her familiarity with Rin is exactly why she's staying subdued. So I assume you are going somewhere, not coming back to the school? Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock and she jolts back in somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this. Are you a mind reader? Is that your disability? How unique. No, what? Why would you think that? You know what I was doing. It was just an educated guess. We walked the same street in the other direction, just before, to go to the store. If you were going to the school, we would have met you on the way. Oh. She looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, Rin appears quick to jump to completely irrational conclusions. I don't like how you're handling Rin, though. You know, I don't like people who act from above. And you do that. And maybe Lilly does that too, but I don't want to think anything bad yet. Maybe she has her reasons. We'll probably know sooner or later. Maybe it's something in the water here. I make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. You know, that is the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I really give off that impression? Rin shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know, maybe you should come with us back to the school. Lilly interjects just as I'm about to further debunk my alleged mind-reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, the paper-thin smile on her face badly disguising that fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topics drop, as it's entirely inane anyway. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. Rin considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods. Okay. Alright people, I'll make a break here. I need to go, have a short break, stretch, and probably drink a little bit because, my throat is really hurting. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching. If you want to see if I end up with Lilly, then come back. I hope I do. I'll do my best, I swear. Alright, see you then. Bye bye.